Okay, as you can see, Facebook, I'm actually on Facebook, both with my computer and obviously with my phone. Or maybe not so obvious, but yes, with my phone. Now, in about a second, you're going to see my face. I know, don't run. I'm being silly. But more importantly, you got to see this. This here is called Happy Water. Okay, hopefully here you go. See that? Happy Water. Now, I want you to know something about this little old bottle. But I'm not going to just talk to you. I'm going to be looking at you. I am going to be. Got to work on that grammar at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, squirrels and monkeys, vampires and werewolves. What can I say? What can I say? No, but seriously, I know I need to shave. I know, I've been down for the count. I was actually in the emergency room twice in 1 week, and hey, it is what it is. But let me tell you something. Whether I'm in the emergency room or not, right after I came out of the emergency room and they told me I had a virus, I said, okay, what do I have to do to get better? Now, they have me on, what do you call it, an antibiotic. You know how they like to, let's just say, you know how they like to put the drugs into people. So we'll go into that in a different podcast or Facebook Live. Want to say hi to one of my heroes, Mr. Rick Titus, who's watching. But let me get to the importance of what we're here for. Now, my eyes, let me see if you can see. It's usually very red, not to make you be grossed out on Easter. But it have been for about a year and a half maybe. And I've been going to the eye doctor. And I'll tell you what, I've not been satisfied. They actually asked me to put this medicine, it's like a petroleum jelly, like a Vaseline. They want me to put that in there twice a day, which blurs your eyes for at least 30 minutes each time. Drops, they want me to put into drops, the eye stuff. They wanted me to get something called an eye scraper. Yes, scraper. And also soak it with like a hot cloth. I just don't have time to do that. Plus, I tried it, and it was actually more painful than the red eye itself, or pink eye, or whatever it was. So here's the deal. For about a year and a half, I've been dealing with that. Well, earlier this week, I bought this. Hopefully you can see it again. Happy Water. From one of my other companies that I'm involved with. It's called Free-Mart. And it's a health and wellness company. You can get in for free. And you can also sell stuff. And you don't have to pay any kind of fees or any of that jazz. Which is very helpful. In fact, in this company, I'd say you'll be doing all right if you get into it. You'll be doing better than all right. But anyway, let's get back to this for a minute. This is a Happy Water, okay? Oops, let me see. There it is. Trying to get you the name. There it is, Happy Water, right? Now, I am also a journalist, for those of you who don't know. So, the young man kept telling me, you need this Happy Water, you need this Happy Water. So, I finally got the Happy Water. And I'm not going to lie, I was skeptical. Who wouldn't be? Some of the stuff that I've been reading, I was like, yeah, you got to be kidding me. Well, at any rate, I get it, and I start drinking this Happy Water. And as a matter of fact, I have some with me to the left of me. But I'm drinking this Happy Water. So, come the same night, I had a reason to go into the restroom to wash my hands because I had been doing some work around the house, so I had to wash my hands. And I happened to notice my eyes bugging me a little bit just because I'm tired, actually. But I'll be all right in a New York minute. At any rate, so I go into the bathroom to wash my hands. And immediately, I'm like shocked because most of this is gone. And I had previously had those devil-looking eyes. I know that some of you seen me with those eyes and wonder what's going on. You never said anything because you were being kind. But believe me, I seen that they were red. And yes, by the way, it does hurt when it's red. The dry eyes doesn't really help. You can buy in the store. The, these drops and stuff, it didn't really help. How you doing, Letty? Letta? So, at any rate, I'm in the bathroom washing my hands, and I happen to look in the mirror, and I go, am I drunk? No, I don't drink any alcohol. I haven't had alcohol in more than 35 years. I never liked it. But I literally said out loud, am I drunk? So I called for Annette, and she's like resting and stuff. I think she was sleeping. I'm like, Annette, come here. And I'm all excited and stuff, right? She's like, what's wrong? I said, look at me. And she's looking at me. She's probably thinking I'm crazy or something. I said, look at me. She says, what? I said, look at me. She looked, and she finally figured it out. She said, your eyes ain't red. And I said, my eyes ain't red. And man, I'll tell you what. Man, woman, man, I'll tell you what. They may be a little bit red now because I ain't been sleeping very well. I have not been because I've just been working. Working like a Titus, like a Rick Titus, one of America's heroes, by the way. But at any rate, I'm not here to basically sell this stuff. Honestly, I'm not, even though it seems like I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want you to get it. But I want you to get it for your health, not to get me money. I want us to both be healthy and happy. And there's not anything wrong with us getting money now. Let's be clear on that. I need money. You need money. We need to breathe, and we need money. It's the way of life. And especially with the fake government that we have right now, we definitely need some money up in here. But at any rate, so let me give you a quick rundown. I drink this water, and my eyes are all right. They're feeling a lot better. But it's not just that. It's a lot more than that. Now, I don't want to get into all the particulars, but one of the other things that I noticed is that my hands are a lot more moist. How you doing, Donna? Happy Easter to all of you that celebrate it, by the way. Happy Easter. Now, here I am taking this water for literally a day. And my hands are getting smoother. My eyes clearing up. And probably things that I haven't noticed yet. Now, one thing that was very frightening, I had gone to my mechanic on Friday. And I actually made a bottle of water for them. God made the water, but I put the happy water into the other water, which I'll explain the process in the New York Second, or Pittsburgh Minute. Any rate, so I go down to gift my mechanic and his manager one of these bottles. In the process of speaking to them, I told them some of the possible benefits. Well, as some of you may know, I have a heart problem. And back in the day when I was 2 years old, I actually started turning blue. How you doing, Cheryl Moore? Cheryl's in the house! Well, actually, Cheryl's in the live. Go ahead, Cheryl. Happy Easter, Cheryl. I know, I'm a little wild. Hey, what can I say? I am who I am. Man, I can't believe all the people's on here on an Easter. Y'all should be having fun, not be watching a guy with a comb over. It's all right. I'm glad you're here. Thank God for you. I thank God for each of you. And but at any rate, I go down, and this part's kind of scary. Well, it's not kind of, it is. As I was saying, I had what they call blue episodes, and I almost died when I was a kid. And a few times I've been jaundiced, and we all know what that can mean. Liver, kidneys, fun stuff like that, right? Well, here's the thing. I go down to give a couple of bottles away to my mechanic and his assistant. Thanks, Cheryl. And they tell me I was starting to turn greenish and yellow a couple of weeks ago. And they told me my complexion looks a lot better. So what I will say and deduce from that is, if it does look any better, it's because of that water. And again, I'm going to show it to you. And it's not just to be one of those snake oil salesmen. I just want you to see it. Okay, there you go. Now, I got to tell you something about this even. And you can't really tell, but even if I put it up close. But maybe you can't. See, I have all that water, all that missing, right? I probably taken, I don't know, almost a third of the water and used it. Now, here's the irony of that. That should last me possibly 3 to 5 months. It is not, I'll be lucky if it lasts me a couple of weeks the way I'm going. Okay, let me explain, because you're all going to be like, what in the world is going on? Okay, not that I'm not trying to be condescending. Believe me, I'm no Donald Trump. If I ever get to be a Donald Trump, I'll knock myself out. I'll hire Mike Tyson to whoop my potatoes. And I'm not joking on that one. I can't, well, that's another podcast or live. Anyway, let me get back to the business at hand. You see, with this water, I can show it again. You all seen it. But I will give you a link at some point. With this water, what you do is you buy like your bottled water, your normal bottled water or gallon water. And you're only supposed to put in a whole gallon. Now remember, now keep this in mind now. An entire gallon of water, you only need 6 little drops. 6 little drops. Keep that in your head. 6 little drops. And you can make over 198 gallons. Well, over 197 gallons with that little old bottle. Not me. They recommend you put 6 drops in an entire gallon. I've done that with one little old 20-ouncer. To say that I've been taking it hog wild would be an understatement. But let me tell you something. Though. I'm glad I've done it. Because look at the results. Now, maybe the eye's a little, mensy right now. But I'm going to tell you something. I only been on this water for what now? 4 days about. Maybe 5. If that. And I have more energy. Even though I may be tired right now, I have more energy. Better eyes. And apparently, better complexion. Now, I'm not going to lie. When they told me I was turning green and yellow, that got scary. Because that could mean some for real serious stuff. So you better believe come Monday, I'll be calling my doctor for a test. But that said, there's a lot of possible benefits with Happy Water that I'm not going to get into. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other link. So give me New York half second. I know it's kind of annoying. You can see my comb over, which, by the way, may be going bye-byes very soon. As I said, there's a lot of possibilities with this. And as a journalist, I didn't buy it either. But there's somebody who's seen it with his own 2 eyes, and his own eye, one of his own eyes was affected. Well, let's just say that I'm kind of like the monkeys from the 60s. I'm a believer now. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I was like, yeah, right. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I don't mean that as a disrespect to my friend Ivan. I was thinking that in my mind because I have this negative thought process sometimes. So I was like, yeah, it can't be right. It's right. Now, let me get this link here, and then I want to make some important distinctions here. You cannot officially say this water does anything for you. And I'm not saying it will work for you. But I will say this. And this is how I'll rephrase that. Many people have reported their own personal testimonials of why they love drinking this water. It's the best way, safest legal way to put it. Now, me, Albert Torcaso, speaking as Albert Torcaso for Albert Torcaso, not in the third person, but making sure that you understand that the company didn't say this, there's no legal, yada, 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 all that fun stuff. Me personally, I know what it has done for me. This eye, if it's a little red now, you've seen it if you really paid attention. It's been very, very red. As a matter of fact, quite honestly, when I would go into the doctor's office, you know how you do the eye test? A lot of times, there's like this, almost like a film over my eye. So even the largest letters are hard to see sometimes. That's right. So I know this stuff works. Now, that said, that's an unofficial thing. That's between me, Cheryl, Donna, Rick, and Letty, or Letta. Hopefully I have that name right. I hope I have it right. If I don't, I apologize. But remember, I'm only a comb over. No, seriously, I do apologize. But and here's the thing. I'm not trying to convince you of getting this water. And quite honestly, it took me a while to get it because, well, I mean, you wouldn't expect it. Now, I suggest if and when any of you get this water, don't be like me now. Don't overdo it. In other words, get your gallon of water, put 6 drops in, shake it up really well, and just drink 2 ounces a day at first. Now, if your body can handle it, go for it. What do I mean by body can handle it? Well, I hope you didn't just have lunch. If you drink too much of this water, and remember, I can't legally say this, there's a possibility that it is going to act as a cleansing of the toxins and junk that's in our bodies. And therefore, if you drink too much at one time, you could be visiting the restroom a lot. Now, personally, I've been drinking this like yesterday's. Put it this way, I've been drinking it like a 30 ounce, a 20 ounce soda, or even a 64 ounce. Yes. In fact, hold up a New York second. This is what I'm talking about. All of this big 64 ounce is my Free-Mart water. And to be honest with you, yes, I've been to the restroom a wee bit more. You think I care? I'd rather have health. That's just me, though. I'm glad my eyes are getting better. And yes, right now I notice it's a little bit red again. But again, I haven't been sleeping. So I'm actually going to consider taking a drop or two and just rubbing around my eyes here, just as an experiment. I don't know what to say other than I want you to at least read about it. I'm not asking you to buy it because, hey, I should do that. By all rights, I should. But I want you to check it out. Because if you do get it, like I said, take it slow. But I think you're going to be happy. They named it Happy Water for a reason. I know I was happy when I looked in that mirror. I just about passed out. I was like, get out of here. I won't say what I was really thinking, but I think we all know. I was like, get the out of here. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you another thing. I didn't want it to be, I did not want it to be something that I thought was real or an illusion. So even though that confirmed that my eye had not been red or it was dramatically reduced, and it's more red now today, and I didn't drink a whole lot of water last night actually, but it's more red today than it was like 2 days ago. But at any rate, I didn't want to believe that it wasn't red because I felt like myself and Annette may be biased. So, Cheryl, I'm a wild man. You all know. Rick knows and you know. I'm up there in a Walmart. Yeah, in an Evil Mart. I'm sorry, this is just too crazy. But I did this. This total stranger. This guy's in the line in Walmart, right? I said, excuse me, sir, I know this is going to seem extremely weird, but can you look in my eyes for a minute and tell me my eyes are red? And the guy looks at me kind of a little bit odd, which I would have too. He says, no, your eyes ain't red. And I had to do that because it was like, I just couldn't believe it. You have to understand, I've been having this issue for, it's crazy how long. Now, that all being said, I can't promise it's going to help anybody. I can't promise it. I know who can. Yep, the Lord thy God, the Lord Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. But Jesus, this is his resurrection day. This is his rebirth day. So if those of you who celebrate it or are going to celebrate Easter, I say happy, happy, happy Easter. More importantly, I want you to have a happy, happy, happy life. This could be the start. Now, there's some other things attached to this, but we're not going to go into that ride. In other words, you could actually, I'll just say this, you could benefit from having this water in more ways than one. That's all that I'm going to say. I'll let you figure that story out. But that being said, you get the water, you don't. You look at it, you don't. I still care about you no matter what. Me personally, hey, I was as skeptical as I know some of you have to be. I was skeptical. But I have physical evidence now. You can't deny what is real. And in your heart know that you're not lying. And we all know that in a certain city, there's a guy in a house that's white that has let's just say, an integrity and honesty problem. But that doesn't mean that stuff that went down didn't really go down. If somebody breaks your window and you deny that it's broken, you're still going to get wet. It's still going to be cold if it's cold outside. So just because we don't want to accept the truth doesn't mean that it isn't true. I don't know what your life entails. I don't know what you like, you don't like. But I know one thing. I love each and every one of you, and that's no BS. That's right. And as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Titus is one of my heroes. And I have some very cool heroes right now. Very cool. Oh, and I'm sorry, Mr. Titus, but it's coming out there. The young man has also served in our nation's military. So again, Mr. Titus is an actual hero. If you ever meet Mr. Rick Titus, shake his hand. Thank him for his service. And thank him for caring. Because guess what? He does. Now with that, listen, I'm going to stop this Facebook Live, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm drinking more water. And I don't think it's cool to be really doing it on video, but sometimes you got to do what you have to do what is necessary. So I'll see each and every one of you later. I would encourage you to remember one thing. Remember that if you're celebrating Passover, Easter, any holiday or no holiday, you're a believer or you're a non-believer of any religion. There's one thing each and every soul on the planet needs to remember. That you and humanity, and yes, all forms of life, really does matter. Before I go, Kelly, you might want to look at the rebroadcast, but thanks for joining us. And each of you, you be safe out there. You wear your seatbelts when you're in a vehicle, and you have fun. Now go take care of the business. I'm out of here.